Hello, my name is Nakshay Purvach and today I am going to talk about the LiDAR. uh, LiDAR for the autonomous driving. The LiDAR, before going on to the topic, it is a type of remote sensing technology which uses short wavelength of EM spectrum and produces the parameters by scattering the light and measures the time delay between the transmitted and the received and the reflected signals, and is highly sensitive to aerosols. Basics of LiDAR: it is a it is a type of radar signal which uses radio waves. Radio waves are transmitted in the radar signal. The radio waves are transmitted, but in LiDAR signals, the light or the laser signals are transmitted, and the received is a electromagnetic wave radiation, which is something as ultraviolet or visible light or infrared light, and etc. The basic of LiDAR is that it has transmitter and receiver. The LiDAR uses, the difference between LiDAR and radar is that LiDAR uses short wavelength, and LiDAR is highly sensitive to non-metallic objects. There are types of LiDARs. There are Rayleigh LiDARs, Meyer LiDARs, and Raman LiDARs, and the technologies used in LiDARs are the LiDARs are used are GPS or lasers or inertial navigation system. Working is that it has a laser pointer. It has a laser, produces optical pulse. The optical pulse is transmitted and reflected to the receiver. The receiver accurately measures the time travel between x, y, and z coordinates and calculates the GPS laser pointer angle, position, and range. This is the LiDAR technology. It uses a LiDAR signal to assess the terrain of the signal, and the component and easiest way to create is that we are going to use some kind of scanner. And this is a simple LiDAR robot used for constructing maps. It is also used in meteorological processes, physical astronomy, military, and different types of elevation points. It is also used for measuring elevation points. We can see here the LiDAR signal here shows the elevation of different areas, and other is the flood masking and oil gas surveys, etc. These are the advantages are that the large bandwidth and the extremely high angular resolution possibilities are some of the advantages of LiDAR. And this is the introduction to LiDAR. And let us see LiDAR for the autonomous driving. And the simple is that the autonomous driving is entering a significant process in the near future. Here the autonomous driving uses many type of actuators, sensors, and radars and LiDARs to do the range and communication. The main sensor is the LiDAR. Which uses its light positioning to get the saved data. The LiDAR technology is that it uses scanning its field of view with several laser beams. It is done through a delicately designed beam steering system. The laser beam is generated an amplitude modulated laser diode that emits a near infrared wavelength signal, and is reflected by the environment back to the scanner with the returned signal received by a photodetector. And this is the autonomous vehicle prototype which is used by EVAMS project. This is the prototype. Here we can see this is the LiDAR signal, and this is how the simple LiDAR process works. Here you can see that the laser beaming system controlled by microcontroller and different photodetectors and laser transmitters which transmit and receive the optics and we can detect the human. We can detect the human on a person by and creating a cloud point of view. And this is how, and the object detection, and this is the simple lidar sensor. We can see it is having a laser and rotator and a tilting mirror, and the laser is returned or transmitted or returned, and this is the optical diffuser or optical receiver, which uses, when we use this all things together, we can form a big array, thus producing large number of laser signals. And we can use there are different object detecting models, but in the lidar, mainly the object detecting model uses ground filtering, extraction, base filtering, and trajectory predictor. By using this is how different objects see the different lidars see the world. And this is the simple lidar block diagram we can see here, and this is how the lidar sees the world. Future is that we can use lidar for the virtual reality and used for threat detection. And this is the real lidar sensor, and this is how the prototype works. It is having ultrasonic sensors, audiometer, GPS, lidar, video cameras, radar sensors, and etc. And this is how the lidar system works.
Exactly is LiDAR? Well, the original meaning of LiDAR was light detection and ranging. It was based on the acronym for radar, which is radio detection and ranging. These days, LiDAR can also stand for light imaging detection and ranging, which is a more accurate description of what it does. LiDAR uses a focused beam of light and a sensor to detect the range and reflectivity of a remote object. LiDAR is used in survey applications to create high-resolution maps, and of course it's used in self-driving vehicles and robotics, which is the interest by the travel time of the beam, which of course is traveling at the speed of light. The reflectivity of the reflected back to the aircraft. Now in self-driving vehicles, LiDAR is used as one of the primary sensors. It's used along with an orientation sensor that determines determines where the vehicle actually is at the moment, as well as a very high-powered computer and software to correlate all the information. In actual fact, self-driving vehicles use several LiDAR sensors, as well as radar, camera, and other sensors to determine their position and the position of objects around them.
Here is an example of the type of data collected by the radar scanner of a self-driving car. It is in order to determine its position and the position of the items around it. So now let us see how the LiDAR systems work.